you can go ahead, share. Probably
Okay.
easier with your, yeah. So.
Yeah, let me head it up. Where'd it go?
All right. I want to say, Tamara, congratulations on the Ecolution thing. I got the email.
Oh yeah, I wanted to include you on that. We finally reached our goal.
Yeah. Do you want to say to the rest of the team what you accomplished?
Oh yeah, I mean, it just very briefly. It's just a little grassroots program pilot that we started with the plastic film in partnership with Nextrex, and we have to collect 500 pounds of plastic film, and then it can they'll donate a bench, so it's upcycled into a bench. And that started because we had a art piece made of plastic that we wanted to demonstrate a circular capability with. So the art piece is part of that bench, and we're donating it to the homeless safe camp. And we actually exceeded our goal, so we're halfway to getting a bench for Hope's Clinic. And then after that, the county is interested in possibly doing benches in their parks. So it's now turning into an ongoing project with some pressure to scale and some roadblocks along the way. Oh, my dog, sorry. I'm going to mute now.
No worries. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations. And yeah, I still have a few pounds of plastic film to give you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to find out on the ground, like, you know, just in the community, what's happening with the waste and the problems with upcycling it and the contamination and how much we're getting. So I'm at the point where I'm getting about 30 to 60 pounds a week now. So we'll be doing a bench every 10 weeks, I guess. We can figure it out. Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. Anyway, thank you. All right. Well, getting back to our source reduction discussion. Thank you, everyone. As you know, as of in December, we in the last meeting, we basically more or less finalized on the objectives for our source reduction group. We will be kind of presenting them at next week's all work group meeting. That's on the 19th. You must already have an invite for that. It's on Wednesday, 10 to 12, I believe. It's a long one. So hope you all can make it. So we'll be going over, you know, all the different teams' objectives, a little bit of background on it, and then the next 3 months, what we, of course, we need to fine tune it, and with all the strategies and tactics added to it. So that's the, I think, yeah, Bree and Kayla will be leading that and going over it. So I just wanted to touch on that. If you can attend it, that would be great. The next one is, I'd like to, can you go to the next slide? Yeah, this was very quick. So I already went over this one. Okay, next one. So, as you know, these are the 7 objectives that went into the menu of options. It's the beginning of the, which will be presented next week. But I wanted to take the time today to kind of review it a little bit and make sure that, you know, there may be, you know, if we're going to be able to actually go through these objectives and, you know, that we have enough people to assign to it to work on strategies and tactics. And then also a couple of things like, if we've left out anything. So just kind of want to go over each one of them. And also, and who should be assigned to, who would like to be assigned. I'm thinking we could do, like the sustainability team did, we could do a survey sent out to everybody in the team, or, that's probably one way to do it in terms of who wants to get assigned to these objectives. So any thoughts on that?
I think I emailed you and I just had a question about the textile, because originally that was on there. And then I think when you separated the documents, it got looped into, I noticed it on maybe single-use plastic and textile were combined. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, I think it did. And I'm open to suggestions. I mean, if we could include that with single-use plastic and textiles as a combined thing. The reason for that ended up happening because Nima was sort of like doing a lot of the work behind that because in Las Vegas area, and she was handling both when she was talking to the casinos there and all that. So and the strategies to tackle them probably could be similar. So most likely. So, but but if you think that if we should separate them and make that a new objective, I'm happy to speak. Go ahead, Bree.
We can also make a specific objective, decrease the amount of textile waste generated, or in this objective, just say decrease the amount of single-use plastic and textile waste generated in Nevada. If they have similar strategies, if they're different enough, we can just make two separate objectives for that. Because I know you guys did a lot of work on that, and I don't want to not include it. If you think it should be a separate one, or if we should just say single-use plastic and textile waste generated, let me know.
I like combining them for now, and if they become cumbersome or like appear different through the work process, we could always change it, right? Afterwards. Yeah. I think that's fine. I just wanted to clarify. It also seems like there's not, I don't know how many people are doing a lot of work on each of these, but we have to be conscious of all of our time and availability for the amount of objectives, I guess.
Yeah, you're exactly right. As you can see, these 7 objectives are quite extensive, each one of them, I'm pretty sure. But the last 3 are pretty much all sort of related to construction and hazardous waste. Unfortunately, Liz is not here she wasn't able to join today to speak a little bit more about it. So
I just jumped on.
Speak of the devil.
My ears must have been ringing. I just rolled in the house and I just opened up my laptop. So what do you need? Sorry. So I just joined.
No worries. We were just discussing the objectives that we put, that's here, and just kind of like, revisiting them a little bit to see if, if anything needs to be changed. And one thing that came up was, Tamara was saying that the textiles was left out. And so we are talking about perhaps modifying the decreased amount of single-use plastic waste plus textile, and so put that under one objective, just modify that thing there. That's what we discussed. And then that's pretty much it. So anything else about, because you have the hazardous waste stuff, Liz, we were just wondering if that's too many things, and you'll need help with them. So may need to rethink that a little bit too. So
Yeah, I think those two are just so closely related that I don't think that we need to take them off or change them in any way. That's my opinion. Where I see nobody working on anything is the construction waste. I don't know if you talked about that, but I know that we have within the Partners for Sustainable Nevada, we have people who are experts in that area, but I don't know that their capacity is such that they can really take control of that objective, so to say. So that's construction waste is my concern. I'm not concerned about hazardous waste. And in fact, having talked to Bree yesterday, there's, compared to some of the other waste streams, there's quite a bit of information out there on hazardous waste. So there are some gaps, of course, but I think we have a better grasp on it than, say, single-use plastic waste. So just my thoughts on that.
yeah, very good point. Before you joined, I was saying perhaps we will do send out a survey like the sustainability team did to everyone on what they would like to sign up for in this objective, and then kind of, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's
and
great.
Maybe we'll get more, somebody will pick up the construction one.
Right.
Yeah. Aster,
regarding the construction waste, how we use it sustainably, you are right. We need to have that objective, but as you say, also right, is with the sustainability group, because we need to focus sustainable built environment, and then within that topic, we can discuss about how to reduce the waste of construction and other things.
yeah.
If we could do it in conversation with them, because we don't want to take things, I can participate because this is my area. So, but it's very important, as you say, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
We can do it. That is part of reusing or sustainable using of packaging too. So I think we can include in the second objective as well. But think about it and just.
Okay, let's come back to that one. I think that's a very good point, Aster. I think, maybe including it. Let me see. Tamara, you had something to say, and then we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, well, I was going to say something similar to Aster, in that I don't think that we should take it away, because it is a very important area and sector to reduce waste on. And I was wondering if there was a way to roll it in, and or just say this is an identified objective, and we don't have the capacity at this time, but we acknowledge that it is an important objective to leave on there. And then there's just two, I don't know if you would call it a tactic or a strategy, but within that, I mean, because I do have a background in architecture, but I'm not practicing anymore. And I know that there are some, like Truckee Tahoe Lumber, where you can pre-order your wood and they'll do the cuts for you, which eliminates some of the waste. So there's some just general information I have, but I don't know if I have enough information or capacity to fill out an entire strategy and objective. I would need help.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I mean, to both you and Astra's points, if we send out the survey and to the larger team, and hopefully maybe we'll get more people signing up for it. And so, Astra, what do you think? I'm thinking about still keeping it as a main objective and hope to get more, people sign up for it. And then if we don't get it, then we'll look into like combining. Yeah.
It is part of the second objective, decrease the amount of packaging waste. It's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
When I put idea of tactics and something, I didn't focus on individual things because we need to discuss first.
Yeah.
But yes, it is part of it. But we can include here in a manner is different than the sustainability group. I'm part of the sustainability group. The way I don't know whether they decided to focus a certain objective. I know water conservation was chosen, but I don't know other things. But if that is the case, it is very important because sustainable built environment, we need involve all this, also saving things, whatever, packaging waste, reducing packaging. Not only that, there is a water conservation in it. So lots of things is linking to each other. That is, I want to see people, I hope we all start linking things, how things are related to each other so that we can see the impact of it. If we see things separately all the time, we can't see the impact of it. So this construction waste, it has an impact in the built environment. That is sustainability. We also play around. We'll see what will bring. I have some notes and then I will share with you. But as you said, you just put it in the menu and then discuss in the survey, discuss with them. But I would, if we have information about sustainability group and what, not group, but what they decide as an objective would be interesting for us, would be relevant actually.
I did see they sent out a survey already and there were 5 areas. Bree, do you happen to have that handy?
No, I don't have
objective.
I can, let me pull it up.
Yeah, I don't think construction was added there, Astor, but like you said, you're absolutely right. They're linked in many ways. Yeah.
One day I remember, yeah. I focus more here, so.
Yeah. You should have received a survey for that.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question relating to this? We have written decrease the amount of waste generated during construction. So I'm just clarifying that's specifically during the actual construction and not the waste that's generated after the building and during use. Correct?
Right. So we're source reduction. So we want to think about, before they're even constructing, like with your architect background, how is it designed? Like, what are the methods that are being used to make sure that, there's not a lot of waste.
Right. So I wonder if it should be during all like design phases, or because there's the building design phase and then the construction phase and then after, post-construction. And so I just wanted, because there's source reduction can be in all 3 of those, but that's just making more work too.
But you make a really good point, because I didn't think about like all those different phases. Like there's probably a lot of touch points within those design phases.
I just wondered if we should at least just write that out in the objective, and then if we tackle it, we tackle it, and if not, it's there, so we remember.
Should we reword this a little bit better, Tamara, then that would incorporate it?
Yeah, just decrease the amount of waste generated during various building and construction phases.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that's enough. Or design and construction phases.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Lakshmi, my computer's running extremely slow. I can't pull up the objectives. Do you have that SurveyMonkey link to pull up?
I think so. Let me look it up. Hold on. I'm pretty sure. Oh, maybe I put it in because I answered it, so I may have trashed it. Hold on. But okay. Shoot, it's not as easy, huh? Anyway, I don't have it handy, Aster, unfortunately. But we may need, for now, let's leave it as it is. Huh?
I'm part of it. I have not received. Maybe I overlooked my emails. There are so many.
It's possible, yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Sustainability. I think I probably deleted it, and then now I can't find it easily because after I responded to the survey, so don't have it handy. Sorry. Anyway, going back to our objectives. Once you receive the survey, Astra, maybe we can touch base.
Yes, we can.
On that. Yeah. And then see if we can. But yeah, we will definitely change the wording of that to include Tamara's feedback. I think that's good. What else? Anything that stands out here that, and now, sorry, I put some names here that based on some of the things, you know, some of us worked on, but that I don't want to hold you people, you know, and all of you to the names, you know, the different objectives. So, you know, it's not, this is just suggested things, assignments. So don't take it as a final, please. And other than that, any other objectives, or are we good with this list? And how's everybody feel about this?
It looks like a good list to me.
Just so I'm clear, you're going to change the single-use plastic to include textiles. Is that correct? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. I think it looks great.
Okay. So yeah, and then we'll be just presenting this next week, and then yeah, we will send out to a survey by hopefully, I don't know, Bree, can you help me with the timeline for this? We pretty much need to start working on this right away, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I can send one out today.
Okay. All right. So that's that. And I think we, as a source reduction group, pretty much only had like 15 members in the very original group. So I don't know if it's worth sending it to even a larger audience. What do you think about that?
I'll send it out to the original list and see what we get for responses. Yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah. I know, like, what happened is, there was an original enthusiasm, and I think a lot of people signed up for a lot of things. But then now that we have a little bit more focused areas to work on, there might be more, the people who have more expertise in these fields might be interested to join. So I'm thinking it might be worth it.
And maybe we should think about, oh, sorry, Bree.
Go ahead.
So maybe we should think about in that survey, having more definition about what the work looks like. So people can gauge from the survey, should I join this or not? Because if it's going to take, X number of hours of my life that I don't have to give right now, but if they just need some, expertise and some resources or what have you, I don't know, maybe that's a big ask to try and send that survey out today, but I'm just thinking if we're a little bit more clear of what we want out of them, that maybe we might get some more joiners.
Very good point. Totally agree. How about doing this? Can we maybe quantify maybe the time would be required somewhat, and then we could ask people can you at least, if you're not able to join the group, would you be at least be available for consulting or or something like that? I'm trying to think of the right way to put it.
Yeah, yeah, we can, if you don't have time, would you, do you have resources to provide? Would you be willing, we can ask, are you willing just to sit down for like an interview or something like that? So we can list out multiple options. And then maybe this is better to send out on Tuesday after the holiday weekend, and it might get lost in people's email. So if you and Liz want to somehow quantify, I know you guys work together in the subgroups, and just get like a rough estimate, because you guys already have some of your objectives with strategies and tactics. So, and maybe you can go through and see which objectives are pretty fleshed out and focus those resources on the other ones that, like construction, that haven't been touched on yet either. So there's that option as well. And at the midterm meeting on Wednesday, when all the groups present their objectives, everyone's going to get a good idea of what the other groups are doing, and maybe you could just put out like a, hey, if you have any information that can support our objectives, please reach out to me, because you'll have the whole group, and we've also invited people that haven't been participating, so we're trying to open it up to a wider audience. So you might be able to get some interest in these objectives now that people know what this group is focused on. So really use that midterm meeting when you guys speak on that slide with your objectives, to see what, there might be other people out there that can help that aren't in the group now.
Yeah, good point. Quantifying it. I don't even, I'm trying to think back at, what we did and how much time it took. I'm not sure.
But I think Lakshmi, to that point, I think we're pretty far along in a couple of the objectives like Bree stated, and really that's a really good idea to focus where we don't have information and we don't really know and can't come up with the tactics and the strategies because we just don't know. We don't have that expertise. So like to really target that information or that survey to those areas. So I don't think, you and I can get on a call and we can walk through this or meet for coffee or whatever. And just walk through this. I don't think it'll take us that long to do. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, we can go on some of the other objectives that I've already like really are pretty much done, in my opinion. I mean, we've got a little bit more work to do, but we've got a lot of information. So
Yeah, that's true.
And these options don't have to be fleshed out, ready to like implement. Because what we're going to do after, you know, these options are published, the next phase is, you know, you guys prioritizing and figuring out which ones are the best for Nevada or the best for maybe Northern Nevada, because they're two different regions. And then that's when like you really start getting into the details. So again, this is like a huge brainstorming session of just what is all out there and the wide range of things. So you're not just focused on one thing. You can see all the different options. Kind of hence the name.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very good. And I'm thinking Astrid might probably ping you because you you put a lot of work into like creating the background stuff. So perhaps we could touch base as well a little bit on that.
Yeah, the two objective, I really spend lots of time. So
Yeah.
a lot. I mean, lots of reading and documentation and reading other countries' experience in that area. So I would like to continue in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Tamara, you had said also that you had some things to contribute. I'm going to created documents in the PSN Google Drive. Bree, do you see them? I think I'm missing maybe documents for last two objectives, perhaps, but I've like created 5 of them. So after this meeting, maybe we can send it out to the team.
I think that I have those. I've been writing on them in comments.
Okay. Did I already share it with you? Sorry.
Well, I think if we're talking about the same thing, you know, it just says SR.
Yeah.
Circular economy, SR, single-use plastic. So I actually made the notes like single-use plastic and textiles per our meeting. I added that in there. So I've been updating them. And then on the construction one, I'm just putting in a comment like ideas. You know, I wouldn't want to officially note them as like strategies or whatever, but it's just things that are coming in your mind. So I'm putting those in comments instead of rather writing on the document. Is that the way that you would prefer, or how would you like me to add to it?
As of now, since there's nothing in it, feel free.
Well, some of the things like the plastic stuff, I thought maybe I could add some information from my experience with the project that I'm doing, and but I'll just put them in comments, and then you can choose to copy and paste and put them in the official document if you like, if that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that works great. Yeah. So, sorry. Anybody have a question?
I will drop something in the construction, objective. I will add something, and if you want, you can take it.
Okay. I think those documents, everybody should have access to it, right? I didn't really check for access rights and all that stuff.
Yeah, they should. I think I've gotten everybody on the list that's asked. And my understanding is if you send people the direct link to the Word doc, they don't really need access. It's just access to the whole Google Drive. And I'm trying to pull up the Google Drive, but my computer is acting really slow and I can't really do anything, so I apologize. I was going to pull it up and show you guys.
Yeah, I can probably do that. Hold on. Let me see. shared with me. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong. Shoot. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I can share my screen here. And I think it's, sorry. Almost there. Okay, so if you go to drive.google.com, if you can see the screen, basically, if you go to shared drives, you should all have access to like source reduction. Oops, that's the actual thing, so that won't help. This is under, we should be able to, okay, come on. Partners for, yeah, do you guys see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so here's all the, I have added this SR to all the documents that I have created. So, and there is actually particular folders, and that's where all the documents are. So it should be easy enough to access them. If you want me to send the individual links, do please let me know, or Bree, or we can take care of that. So what I've done is just basically taken our original document, taken the whatever strategies and tactics we had already kind of worked on, and put it in this new document. So that's that. Astor, you have a question?
The main document you send me, everything is in it. The first working document, I revised it. I wrote more better than before. Review the objective for develop a roadmap to circular economy example, strategy, tactics, and this and that. So make sure to transport it to the circular economy example, and then the other one is
Packaging.
yeah, no, the second is encourage the use of sustainable packaging, or slash reducing that. Also, there is an objective and tactics that I revised it today.
Okay.
I sent it already. You can't see it in the document.
Okay.
So
I'll make sure to put it in the other document. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's pretty much all I had to cover today. Liz or Bree, did you have anything else you wanted to bring up?
Nope.
Anybody else? Yeah, go ahead. Tara.
Did you mentioned having a quick phone call to go over some of the ones that we don't have as much information on? Is that something that you wanted to do for the construction? I don't feel confident taking that on as on my own, but if I have a brainstorming group, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, Tamara, go ahead.
I would totally work on that too. So it's not like you'd be on your own. I just don't have enough background on it to like really know where to start.
Yeah, I feel like bringing in like a higher level expert would be good, but maybe we could just throw some strategies out there. I could talk about what I know, and it would be helpful to have a phone call with someone who wanted to be a part of that, and then we could just put some bullet points out there, and then maybe enlist someone that's a little bit has more expertise to review.
And I've talked to Patty Moen about it too, and she's got a lot of information, a lot of resources. They're mostly California based, but
Yeah, I remember she brought up like there's some deconstruction groups too. I don't know if that fits in source reduction or not, but you know, there are some really interesting precedents that people are doing
Yeah.
that she mentioned. So I'll put that as a little note on the side. But if anyone wants to have even a 30-minute phone call to just toss around ideas, I'd be open.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we, how about, so tomorrow, we'll send out a survey next Tuesday or something to solicit more participation. And after that, we'll, maybe a day or two after that, we'll kind of be able to assess it. And then we can set up individual group meetings after that. So what do you think about it?
You can just put my name with a question mark by the construction.
Yep, will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would be
Yeah.
really good to get your feedback on, because I think source reduction is really so integral in the design phase. I mean,
Yeah, as I was just making little comments on that one document, and I'm like, oh, there are a lot, especially if you think about water efficiency and energy efficiency, and a lot of it happens in the design. So I do know a lot about that component. It just depends on how we're defining
Very
it.
interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll put your name down for that. I see that Wes just joined. Hi, Wes. We were just wrapping up.
Hello.
but-
Oh, no worries. Sorry, I was kind of delayed in another meeting, just jumping on. So sorry I was late.
No worries. I was just we were just going over the objectives that we have already created, and we just kind of fine-tuned it a little bit. And we will be sending out a survey perhaps next Tuesday-ish for people to then, if they want to sign up for, one of the objectives or one or more, and just kind of like sustainability team did, we'll have a little bit of a questionnaire on the background and all that, and we'll take it from there. So you'll see a survey go out either Tuesday or Wednesday next week,
Sounds great.
and hopefully you'll also be able to make it to the midterm all work group meeting on Wednesday. So
That's my goal. Will be my first day of the week next week. So it will be dependent on how that day starts, unfortunately. But my plan is to, yes, be able to attend.
yeah, no, totally understand. Okay. Any last comments, anyone? All right. Well, thank you very much for participation. Really appreciate it. I think we are on the right track, and yeah, I'm excited for the next 3 months to, yeah. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, actually.
Bye.